How you doing today, guys? Welcome back to another day of 7th grade math. This is Mr. Gomez, your favorite teacher in the whole world, and we're gonna keep on talking about theoretical probability of single events. If you haven't, please consider subscribing. If you haven't seen my other channel, I can leave it right here, MTV Alex, where I do mountain bike stuff and DIY stuff. I've fallen a few times, so it'll be funny to watch. Now, on the previous video that we talked about probability of single events, and I'll leave a link in the description, or I can leave it over here as well. We talked about this worksheet over here. We briefly talked about probability of single events, and today we're gonna do a few more. Now, single events is something that is gonna be happening on. You're gonna be looking for the probability of just one thing, okay? And we have a formula. That formula says the probability of an event is gonna be the number of outcomes of an event divided by the total number of all events. What does that mean? The top part is going to be the number of outcomes of an event is basically whatever you're looking for to happen. What do you want to happen when you're doing probability? And the number that's going to go on the bottom is going to be everything that can possibly happen when you're doing that random thing, okay? So basically, it's just going to be part over total. Part of everything that can happen, that you want to happen. And on the bottom is going to be the total of things that can happen. We've been talking about part over total for a long time now. So this should be pretty easy and simple. Now, let's look at a few examples over here. It says, find the probability for each event. Number one, it says, tossing a number cube from numbers 1 through 6 and getting an even number that is greater than or equal to 2. Even number that is greater than or equal to 2. So every time you have a number cube, something like that, I like to draw the faces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and number them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you see it, it's going to be easier for you to make sense of it, okay? Now, let's look at the words and see what they're asking. It says, tossing a number cube from numbers 1 through 6 and getting an even number that is greater than or equal to 2. So what I'm looking for is going to be over here, an even number that is greater than or equal to 2. Now, if I label this over here on the side, I did my a little bit of a drawing. It took me 2 seconds to do it. I can actually see what's going on. Now, what is important right here to remember is going to be this keyword, greater than or equal. And for this, you're going to have to remember your vocabulary from when we talked about inequalities. Remember? Greater than or equal. Is that going to be included or not included? Remember. So greater than is just going to be everything greater than 2. But in this case, it has the equal sign. So you're going to have this sign. So if you remember the dots, it's going to be a closed circle. So that means that the 2 is going to be included. Now, the other thing that you have to look for is going to be this word right here. Even number. Even number. So now that we know that the 2 is included, and we need an even number greater than or equal to 2, we can look at these drawings right here and just highlight everything that you want to happen. Now, is 2 greater than or equal to 2? Yes, is equal to 2, so I'm good over there. Now, is it an even number? Yes, highlight it. What about 3? Is it greater than or equal to 2? Well, it's greater, but it's not an even number. It's an odd number. So that's not what I'm looking for. What about 4? Greater and even? Yes. Not 5. That's an odd number. And 6. So I have 3 outcomes that I want to happen out of how many total? 6 things that can happen when you throw the dice, right? It can either land on 1, on 2, on 3, on 4, on 5, or 6. However, you're just looking for those even, greater than. No, never mind. Greater than or. However, you're just looking for those that are greater than or equal to 2. In this case, I only have 3 of them. 3 possible scenarios, which are going to be part over total. Remember, to get my probability, even, greater than or equal to 2, is gonna be part over total. My part is gonna be 1, 2, 3 of them. And my total is gonna be 6 of them. There's 6 things that can happen. And now don't forget to simplify this. You always have to simplify those fractions. Now, if I divide both of these by 3, I get 1/2. And that's my answer. The probability of getting an even number greater than or equal to 2 when I toss a dice is going to be 1/2. Now, what if the answer choice is not there? You don't look for, you can see the fraction 1/2 in there. Well, it's a possibility that they're going to put in the answer choices in either decimals or percentage. But you can easily do that because we already know how to do that. All you have to do is TiVo. And to do TiVo, all you got to do is divide. 1 divided by 2. The 1 goes inside, the 2 goes outside, and you get 0.5. If that's one of the answer choices, they might even put in a 0 because 0.50, whatever. And if that's one of the answer choices, you pick that. What if all the answer choices are percentages? Easy. All you got to do is move the decimal 1, 2, add a 0, and now it's 50%. So you have, this is a right answer, 0.5 is the right answer, and 50% is also the right answer. And that's how you do this. It's really simple. Now, let's look at number 3. Number 3. It says, randomly selecting a 7th grader from a school that has 250 6th graders, 225 7th graders, and 275 8th graders. So again, this is going to be part over total. The total is going to be all of them combined. So the first thing that you have to do is add this up. You have to add them up, okay? 225 plus 275 plus 250. 225, that's 300, 500. So the total is going to be, the total, when you add the 3 of them, is going to be 750. Now the part is going to be what they're asking for. I'm looking for a 7th grader. In this case, I'm looking right here, 7th grade. So I'm going to put in that number on top. My top number is going to be 225. You already have a fraction, right? You already have a fraction. All you have to do is simplify that. All you have to do is simplify it. So you can go ahead and simplify by, I don't know, both of them are multiples of 25. So if I divide both of them by 25, I get 225 divided by 25. I get 9 on top. And on the bottom, I get 750 divided by 25. I get 30. Now, I can't simplify that fraction anymore. Well, yes, I can. If I divide both of them by 3, I get 3 and 10. 3 tenths. And that's my final form of a fraction, 3 tenths. But this can also turn into a decimal or a percent. 3 tenths. If you multiply both of them by 10, you get 30 over 100, or 30 hundredths, or 30%. So my answer choices is either going to be 3 tenths, 30 hundredths, or 30%. That's all you have to do. Part whatever you want to happen, divided by everything that can possibly happen. Now, 5 through 9, they're matching problems. So let's look at this. Because we talked about the thermometer, remember? This is going to be 100%, 0%, 50%, less than 50%, and more than 50%, but less than 100, of course. So this can also be 1, 0, 1/2, less than half, more than half. Okay? So, rolling number 5, it says rolling a number cube rolling a number greater than 6 on a number cube labeled 1 through 6. So you have 6 numbers, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're asking for a number greater than 6. Is there any greater than 6 in there? I do not see anything greater than 6. So the possibility of getting that is going to be 0. It's impossible. It's never going to happen because you don't have a 7. You don't have an 8 on this number cube. So for that one, we're going to put in the number 5. Number 5 on D, which is right here. 5. It's impossible. Or, actually, you can put the letter D right here. It doesn't matter. Let's look at this one. Spinning a number less than 3 on a spinner with 8 equal sections labeled 1 through 8. So I have a spinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A number less than 3. Am I including the 3 in there? Am I including the 3? No, right? So I'm only looking at these 2 right there. How many are those? Well, that's going to be 2 out of 8, which is 1 out of 4, which is less than half, which is going to be B, unlikely. And that's how you do this type of scenarios. Well, if you learned something today, don't forget to give it a thumbs up button. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. That is it for this one, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my other channel. If you want to support this channel, link down in the description. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.